Aí, pessoal, tudo bem? Bom, bora continuar aqui que o negócio tá muito louco, né? Meu Deus.
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all of this was a dream and my sister is just sleeping in her bed. Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality. This is
As
Martha and me
duas.
at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now...
Nossa, até o cabelo delas, o corte, elas deixam igual.
Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul. Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul?
Eu, hein? O quarto.
Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be scary lately. Yet everything here is so beautiful and bright.
Caramba, tem muita coisa pra ver.
Our beautiful home. In spite of everything, I prefer being here. Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe. The elegant dress. No, I'll never hear the end of it from Mother.
Ok.
This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened.
Ah, tem chave.
Even more scary fairy tales. It's July 18th.
Ah, que da hora os calendários de antigamente.
I always keep my trinket box locked.
Ah, da hora. Os dois estão trancados, né?
Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. I want to see him as soon as possible so we can mourn Martha's death. The butterfly collection that Daddy made for me.
Braboletas.
Nanny will be visiting me soon.
Será que o pai não vai desconfiar que ela é a Giulia?
My dress. The one Martha wore when she was...
Oh, vai deixar o vestido aí mesmo? Na moral? Na moralzinha? Chave? Chave.
I'm already dressed.
Ah, é mesmo?
It's me with the nanny. Or maybe it was Martha. No one can remember.
Mas a babá parece que ela ficava mais com a Giulia, né? E a Marta mais com a mãe, pelo jeito.
I still like to have the books and games from when I was little with me.
Tem uns mangá ali, ó, do Chicken Little, tá ligado? Da galinha ali, ó. Quando ainda era só Chicken.
Everything I need is always in my bag.
Tem uma chave? Você abre a bolsa da Giulia, né? Ela encontra objetos que a Giulia sempre carrega consigo, além do que ela pega durante o jogo. Beleza. Tem uma chave. Tá,
The
quero a
key to
chave.
my trinket box.
Isso, vamos na sua caixinha.
Here is my diary. July 12th, 1944. This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now.
Certo.
July 16th, 1944. There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the White Lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made
Super
arrangements with
normalzinha ela.
Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then, when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
Tá, beleza. É isso. São essas 2 páginas, né? Sim. Ok. Topper.
I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down.
Vou me esconder. Tchau, 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 tchau.
Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think?
Vou ficar aqui já na frente, pá, ó.
What did you say?
Vou chocá-la.
Okay, I won't wake her up. I'll just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble.
Pra não falar. Que estranho, né? Mapa. Certo. Muitas árvores. Objetivo. Tem que colocar uma foto na moldura, tá? Eu tenho que pegar uma câmera. Certo. A câmera. Tem uma chave aqui, ó. Não dá pra pegar? Aqui não tá, não.
How wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here.
Tá. E esse aqui? Não tem chave, certo. O gráfico me lembra um pouco The Payne's Creek Higgins.
Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad. There's no shortage of paintings in our house. Mum is passionate about painting.
É, de guerra, gente morta, né? Giulia.
It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room? As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
Stranger Things, hein?
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera? Are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irene. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Giulia.
A mãe dela quer se
I
desfazer das
will
coisas da
take it away
Giulia.
soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right. But let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Será que a mãe dela
Mummy is right,
confundiu
though.
as
Martha
irmãs e
always read
matou?
everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex with the war. Over the next few days, I will see little to nothing of them.
Tá. Tá, beleza, tem que pegar. Ok. Opa, retomar.
Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Giulia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges.
Ué.
Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear.
A
I will
mãe.
find out the truth.
Tá, aqui ela já
Firm
leu.
bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24 hours. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. Giulia Kay. Distressed but supported by faith. Irenei the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Giulia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased. First improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day as of April 20th, a kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers and an unexpected distribution of jam.
Tá, beleza, lemos tudo. Será que tinha mais? Peraí. Tem que só tá a primeira página, né? Tá, não dá pra virar. Beleza. Ok.
Daddy says that our wine, which is produced here, is extraordinary. I hate wine. I prefer beer.
Ó,
These plates are not ours. Nanny left them here. I remember them well. During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Giulia? Chocolate, a privilege for few people in these times.
pelo sotaque dela, parece que eles são ingleses, né? Da Inglaterra, mas pode ser que não também.
For Giulia, to take more and more photos, Dad.
A Giulia ia ganhar a câmera. Beleza.
I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo.
Vou
I could
tirar.
photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here. Bread,
Concordo.
butter, jam, and coffee. Martha's typical breakfast. I prefer honey and milk, but I'll have to adapt to her tastes, obviously. I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques.
Bom, já vimos que
There
a
might be
Marta era
birds around the
preferida, né?
little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them. Dante's Inferno illustrated by Dore. Always hanging cheery things. Old photographs that father took of this house.
Bonitinha a casa, hein? Mano, a mina tá aqui ainda, velho. Pelo amor de Deus, deixa eu desligar esse rádio aqui.
On the day of Saint Alexis, the battle
Azar.
rages in the city tormented by
Adeus.
Anglo-American bombing. Our
Ih,
Lady of
mano.
Carmel, a company of the Falchian Regiment, counterattacked yesterday, forcing the French to retreat to Piazza del Mercato. The situation is currently under control.
Ah, tá, beleza. Dá pra usar a bicicleta dela. Do passarinho era aqui? Tá, você tá prestes a usar a câmera, uma Rolleicord com um filme de 120. Não, você usará para tirar fotos durante todo o jogo. Algumas fotos serão elementos ocultos que vão avançar com a história, ok? Segurar a câmera, pressione um ícone para indicar os pontos de interesse fotográfico. Esse ícone aparecerá e fica mais claro à medida que se aproxima. Aperte E para ver os acessórios instalados. Ok. Procure o objeto que quer fotografar e aperte para continuar, ok para sair, tá? Para tirar sua primeira foto. Para simplificar a simulação, a visualização mostra o resultado das configurações que você altera na câmera. Na vida real, a imagem do visor é controlada por uma lente secundária e só reage ao foco. Tá. Rotação. Altura. Ah, bom, hein? Inclinação. Na moral. Você verá os acessórios. Tá. Parabéns! Você tirou sua primeira foto. Você pode tirar quantas fotos quiser durante o jogo, mas lembre-se que somente algumas horas serão importantes para o progresso da história. Em breve você aprenderá a revelar as fotos que tirou. Ok. Certo. Eu esqueço. Ok. Tá. A varanda que ela fala dos passarinhos, será que é aqui? Parece que sim. Não. Vou tirar uma foto que não enquadra corretamente um fato importante da história. Você pode continuar. Ué. E agora? Não. Passarinho. Nossa, até isso dá pra mexer. Ok. Ah, tem que tirar uma foto de um pardal na área externa pra testar a câmera. Será que eu tenho que ir lá de trás? Longe demais. Ah, nossa, agora que eu tô vendo ali a... Longe demais. Tá, enquadrado, ok. Tá fora de foco. Então vamos arrumar. Em foco, maravilha. Exposição adequada.
Excellent. I've taken the
Maravilha.
picture, now it's straight to the dark room in the cellar to print it.
Tá lá no... Ah, não, aí tá brincando. Na moral.
Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take
Ah, eles são da
pictures on the front
Alemanha.
lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead.
Ah, minha câmera revela imprimir uma foto, tá? Eu já não li?
Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget. Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Giulia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home. Carabinieri investigates. A possible political motive emerges.
O que é estranho é que eu já li, né? Ó, eu li o jornal. Tem que fazer igual ela, senão eu vou suspeitar. Requisitos, leia o jornal. Já li, certo? Ah, tem que colocar uma foto nessa moldura vazia. Eu sempre disse pra Marta que colocaria, mas não coloquei. Ela teria gostado. Experimente a câmera. Ah, comprei essa aqui, tá? Beleza, beleza. Meu Deus, eu vou confundir isso aqui 559 vezes.
We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce. Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here? These could be of use to me.
Vai?
Mummy's sewing machine. She learnt how to sew because nobody else could do it to her liking. Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good?
É, não dá pra entender nada do que tá escrito. Opa!
Our wine. Daddy is so proud of it.
Isso aqui é vinho mesmo. Então, né?
Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to.
Ok. A foto deve ser revelada na sala escura que fica no porão, ok? Para revelar uma foto, você primeiro terá que usar um ampliador. O ampliador é um instrumento óptico que permite processar o papel gráfico. Após tirar uma foto, é preciso revelar o filme em muitas etapas. Esse aspecto foi emitido para fins de simplicidade, mas na realidade as etapas são as seguintes. Primeiro, enrole o filme num carretel e coloque-o num pequeno tanque. Esse tanque é imerso no revelador, enxaguado e imerso num banho neutralizante. Depois, deve-se enxaguar novamente, secar e finalmente cortar. Você terá os rolos de filme revelados e prontos para impressão. Selecione a imagem para imprimir no papel. A visualização à esquerda ajudará você a escolher. Obviamente, você verá as imagens em negativo. Quero essa. revelar essa foto. O ampliador permite personalizar ainda mais as fotos. Você pode escolher em que parte do papel a foto será impressa. Você pode ajustar o foco e quanto tempo durará a impressão no papel fotográfico. Com o filtro vermelho, você pode projetar e ver a imagem no papel sem expô-lo. Use os controles para mover o papel na bancada e ajustar a ampliação e o foco. Quando os 3 círculos estão alinhados, a foto está em foco. Se você ainda vir a imagem fora de foco quando alinhados, a foto provavelmente foi tirada assim. Mexa nos ajustes. Quando estiver pronto, aperte Space para continuar. Tá. Aqui. Beleza. E o foco. Certo. Quando você remove o filtro vermelho, o papel será exposto à imagem. Esse processo foi automatizado e está mais rápido do que é na vida real. Certo. Veja o papel no revelador e a imagem aparecerá. Para obter exposição ideal, tire o papel do revelador quando o temporizador chegar à área verde. Tá? Se você tirar o papel cedo ou tarde demais, a foto ficará arruinada e você terá que reimprimi-la. Beleza.
Not a
Ok.
bad photograph. It seems that the camera works perfectly. Now I can take a self-timed photo for Martha's frame.
Ok. Colocar no álbum. Certo, certo. Tem aqui. Hum.
Camera is set up with the self-timer.
Sorridente. Ok. Peguei o filme. Vai ter coisa atrás de mim, quer
These
ver?
workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The
Boneca,
puppets I used
mano.
to play with were made here. I never knew that when I was a child. They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that.
Vixe, mano.
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film, a kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it. That's why they used to photograph the dead. But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly or they'll think I'm crazy.
Ai.
Yes, this is me.
E
No one was ever able to tell us apart.
não tem
But
ninguém
I
atrás
never had the
dela, que bom.
slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone.
A alma na foto. Bom, gente, vou aproveitar o loading e encerrar o vídeo por aqui. Teremos mais da série. Valeu!